and I got scared of it and didn't throw the fish, a bit like you, and then I ran away and it bit me on the bum. Let's go!
Look at this. Here's a massive one. It's breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. If I put the willies up here, stand up the stand there, I reckon I've done my job. G'day everyone, Diesel here from Getting Around Oz Camper Trailer Travelling. Thanks for joining us tonight, this afternoon, this morning, depending on what time it is, wherever you are. This isn't a video that I plan on making, with sort of the trip that you've been watching. It sort of didn't end the way we planned it to, that's for bloody sure. And I'm going to sort of tell you why we quit, threw in the towel, packed it in, whatever sort of way you want to phrase it, I guess, and I'll sort of tell you why that happened, and I guess I'll tell you a little bit about what's next for us. You know, there's a bit going on for us, and grab yourself a coldie, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever it is, make yourself comfy. Let's get into it. Cheers. If you like what we're doing and want to see more content from us, check out our Patreon page where we currently have a 7-day free trial available. We are powered up by iTech gear and we use Vic off-road gear everywhere we go. Okay, so last night we're on camera. We kind of had a night go to sort of way we didn't think it was going to, and thought we'll pack up in the morning and we'll head off to our next destination, and we did that. Didn't film anything in the morning. Here's a quick look at where we got up to here. So that was Port Gregory, and the Hut Lagoon is sort of the big sort of pink lake that goes next to it, and it was very nice there, that's for sure. And we got going to our next destination was Geraldton. And unfortunately, when we got to Geraldton, if you remember rightly, the start of this trip I was crook. I was really crook. I actually had a few days leading up to this trip off work. We actually delayed the trip by another 2 days after that. And then after a week, essentially it was like, you know what, we're just going to bloody go, and we'll just do as many Ks as we can the first day. And that's when we got to Warrnambool Station, and I was still pretty dog shit crook, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't great for probably the most of the first week, and we had a couple of weeks of 30 to sort of 50k wins most days, most of the time, so it's pretty taxing. And unfortunately, we're pulling into the Geraldton caravan park. I forget which one it was, and Neats and the kids went off to do some shopping and get some supplies and those types of things, and I unhooked the camper trailer, and took some poles out, and I took the bikes off the top of the camper trailer, and I was just cooked. I was absolutely bloody cooked. I was just labouring. I just wasn't feeling it at all, and I just really didn't want to be there. The only reason I was considering sort of sucking it up was because, next thing is home, and we're booked here for a couple of nights, so a bit of a shame to go. And I sort of picked up the phone to Neats, and I just sort of said to her, hey, I'm just not feeling it. I'm still not feeling great, and I'm just feeling flat, and I just don't feel like being here. And she's pretty supportive as usual, and said, look, if that's how you're feeling, let's bloody head home. And sort of a bit of a strange one, to sort of, we went to see the guy there on the desk and said, hey man, sorry, I've just unhooked the car, but we're going home. I feel crook, and we're not going to stay, unfortunately. And he was good enough to give us a credit on the park, and which we could sort of use another time. So the money wasn't gone, so to speak, and then sort of went back to pack up. And we had a bit of a drive. We'd already driven a couple of 100 Ks to get there from Kalbarri. I think it was, and then it's another 400 or 500 k's from around lunchtime to get home, which wasn't the plan, but I just had enough, to be honest with you. I was just crook, and it's one of those ones where you can force it, but what's it really worth? And are you going to enjoy it? I'm bloody miserable anyway, and probably not much fun. So that's what happened. We sort of packed up and shot through, and going to give you a bit of a rundown. It's a bit going on, and I guess I'll start with camper trailer 12 volt electrical build. Just tonight, like literally probably an hour or two ago, I actually sort of managed to power up and test a few things on the camper. All the batteries, so we got everything's gone out of the camper trailer electrical system, okay? There's obviously some cables were left there, some of the trailer ones, but basically all the cabling was all there, took it all out and pissed most of it off. So I put in a new AC charger. That was an upgrade. I put in a new DC charger. That was an upgrade. I put in a new inverter. That was a massive upgrade. And we got 2 lithium batteries in there now as well. So actually I put in a shunt as well, which if you checked out the picture on the I think the post I did in YouTube this week, letting you know the video was going to be delayed. You sort of see what happened there, and it's taken me too long. I'll probably go through more of the details in that one, so I didn't film the whole thing because it was too big a job. Yes, I did this myself, but I had some help. I had a lot of help in regards to a Sparky sort of drawing me up some plans and give me a lot of really good advice as well. So that's very exciting. I've got to sort of finish off, and I've got to sort of seal the box, and I've got to close the kitchen down, and I've got to finish off a few things. But the testing I've done tonight, it all works, which is really exciting. So it's going to give us a lot more options camping, which is really cool. That's very exciting. So that's the one I've just finished. The video, I will do a full run through on what I've done and how I've done it and those types of things as well. If there's something you would like to see or something you would like me to cover off in that one, please chuck in the comments. So that way when I'm filming it, I can try and cover off something that you want to see. Now, we're about to embark on 2 big things, 2 big ventures. But before I get onto those, we did do a couple of trips in January. So we did a family trip down south, like way down south, to a really cool spot. We had a really cool experience down there as a family, which was really cool. This one, there was probably 2 or 3 or 4 mornings, something like that, where Anita just sort of grabbed the camera and took off in the morning, and she filmed a heap of things herself. I think she took Zach one morning and checked out some waterfalls and those types of things. So very excited to see what she's recorded. I haven't seen, when I record these things, I don't watch them back until I go and edit them, to be honest with you. I just transfer it off and it just sits there until editing time. So very excited to see what she's filmed. Really exciting to sort of show you that one. That's really cool. It was a very different experience, that's for sure, but yeah, really looking forward to putting that together for you. Not sure how many videos that'll be. There was another trip that I did literally within days of leaving for that one, so I think we were back for a couple of days, and then I took off in the outback with a mate of mine, and we spent I think 3 or 4 days or something like that, completely off grid, completely in the middle of bloody nowhere. It was stinking hot. It was so bloody hot out there, and it was still a really cool experience. We're seeing some cool things, and that was kind of the last trip with the existing battery system. Very soon, I guess personally, either this week or next week, I'm going to start on a Ranger build series. Okay, so I've had some fantastic companies get on board with quite a few things. I won't sort of start reeling them off. There's a lot going on to this car, and I guess the Ranger introduction video was really popular. I guess it told me a bit of interest, and yeah, had some companies get on board and supply us with some pretty cool products. It's all going to be DIY stuff, and it's all going to be things that I'm installing myself. And after what I've done with the electrical system, I'll back myself to do to most things. After what I've done with the camper trailer there and the build that I did, I'm pretty confident there's not too much I can't handle with the Ranger. So the Ranger build series, I'm not sure how it's going to take. I've got a lot of gear coming, so there's a lot of upgrades coming to make it off-road and camping and travelling ready. There's some really cool things, man. I feel really lucky to have gotten the gear that I've got. I've got to be completely honest with it, and I have you to thank for that. You know, the support we've had for the channel, and you know, the interest you all have in the channel, you know, has definitely been the catalyst to give these companies confidence to supply me with some gear to, you know, to show you what it does. And you know, essentially, you know, and the companies have been really good. It's a case of, here it is, you know. All we want you to do is just sort of show people how you installed it and what it does, you know. The rest is all mine, you know, so that's really cool. So those companies got on board. If you're watching this, thank you. And if you're thinking about getting on board with something, definitely reach out to us. There's still a few things we're keen to get. I know a few people have said, I'm looking forward to the Ranger build series. It's a thing. It's definitely going to happen. There's a lot going on with it. Don't know how long it's going to be. It's definitely going to be a while, but yeah, I can't wait to start showing you that one. Now, finally, we are doing a trip across the country. Okay, this was not a planned trip, that's for sure. This is a personal trip. There is some personal reasons for doing this trip, but it's very likely we're going to be going across the Nullarbor with a camper trailer rather than flying. If all goes well, we will do it with the Ranger rather than the Pajero. Obviously the Pajero is all kitted up, ready to go, but the Ranger, as of right now, isn't the ideal car to take. Not sort of set up to do a lot of things I want to do, so depending on how we go with the next, you know, so this trip's probably 2 or 3 weeks away. Depending on the amount of work I can get done on the Ranger in the meantime will sort of determine if we take the Ranger. I really want to be honest with you. I'm pretty keen to see how it goes on a longer journey, you know, over quite a few thousand Ks, and likely will be some build series done before then. We'll have this sort of 3-4 week trip in between, and then probably get back home and continue the build series after that. I'm not quite sure, you know, to be completely honest, there is a lot going on right now. There's a lot, you know, a lot needs to be done with the car. I have to finish off the camper trailer, which has taken me, you know, a few weeks now in between work and those types of things. So Anita's been very patient with me because I spent, you know, days on end inside that camper trailer and doing work, because I'm not trained to do these sort of things, so it's probably definitely takes me a bit longer than, you know, it would most people. But exciting time. I've got to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit exhausted at the moment, probably a little bit flat, and hence the reason for me filming here at night. It's just the only time that I could find, you know, in amongst everything else we're doing. So really appreciate your support, and again, without your support, I wouldn't still be doing this, that's for sure, and I definitely wouldn't have the support of the companies jumping on board with some gear. There's sort of a few new companies getting on board with some stuff as well, which is really cool, and really appreciate everyone. If you haven't already, you know, thinking about subscribing, jump on board and like the video as well. But with everything I've told you, if there's anything you want to see or anything you would like us to cover, probably something I missed was with the Ranger, there is not going to be, if we take it, there's not going to be a dual battery setup in it. It will likely be portable battery pack sort of setup as with a fridge as well. So it's going to be very different. But if there's anything at all you want to see across, you know, the camper trailer fit out video, the build series, or the trip that's coming up, anything you want to know at all, or anything you want to see, let me know. I'll do my best to chuck it in there for you. But again, thanks for the support. Hope you're well. Hooroo.